Now, obviously, Benavidez's fight didn't go the way you had intended, I guess. And, you know, he kind of came out of it talking about that he kind of realizes that maybe that's his last chance at a belt, just at where he is with his career. But he never spoke about retiring or anything. He just kind of said, look, I need to reevaluate, but I'm probably not going to go for the belt anymore. And obviously, at that kind of time, the emotions run pretty high as well, I would say. Have you got an update on Joe? Like where he's at? Like, do you know where his sort of headspace is at right now and where he's heading?
Yeah, I mean, we almost talk every other day. He's in the gym, he's training, and he's. I think for Joe, and you kind of nail it too, Dennis. It's like you get into sport and you want to strive to be the champion. You're not really getting into it for anything else. And some guys understand that they get in the sport to win a few fights and make a few bucks and get out. But obviously for Joe, he's at the top of his game, and knowing that the titles escaped him, I feel like he's just kind of searching for finding the right motivation again. And that's okay, you know, and that's some of the things that we've talked about, and just taking your time and relighting that fire again and finding why you want to do this and what it's for. Because at the end of the day with this sport, like you don't want to keep pushing something that's really not there, because man, you can get seriously hurt, right? And that's the thing where I see guys hanging on to careers that really there's really nothing to accomplish anymore. So I'm glad to know that Joe still wants to continue to fight, because I still think he's very talented and has a lot to offer. And that's the last thing we kind of left it at a few weeks ago. We spoke about, I was like, hey, look, one step at a time, man. And once you find a fight that you like to take and during a time that you feel comfortable doing it, it's all hands on deck and we'll be ready to go again.
Yeah, I mean, I did see one of your other interviews. I'm not sure who it was with. I think MMA Junkie or something. And you spoke about a little there as well. And you said, you know, something about that he doesn't want to be remembered as the nice guy and this and that he really and you know, that really resonated with me. Like it's one of those things, you know, where I think Cerrone's the same, you know, like he is going and he wants to just be able to take that cap off his career and say, I was able to achieve you know, the highest of highs, and it's tough, but I totally agree with what you say there as well. And the thing for me is I hate seeing fighters go past their prime, and I'm not saying that with Joe, but I'm saying like a lot. I'm saying like with a lot of other fighters, you just, you know, and even the ones that come out of retirement, you know, a classic one for me was the Tito Chuck one. I was like, you know, we really didn't need to see that fight. Like it kind of hurt. And sometimes I feel like, you know, you're better off leaving on a high, even if you don't have that belt, than totally drive your name into the ground as well, right? Because there are some legends, right. and you have, I think, look, don't get me wrong, I think Anderson Silva, right? Like when you talk a couple of years ago, he was the GOAT, you know, and now it's kind of like he's that, I don't know, the kind of like the gatekeeper that they, I mean, he has fights, he has entertaining fights, but that realm of the GOAT conversation is, with every fight, is slowly starting to disappear. And mind you, you have people like John Jones and now Izzy that have come up that are definitely, but I don't know. I think that's where like George St. Pierre did it really, really well, where he, you know, he achieved what he needed to achieve and leave. And look, and I think Khabib is aiming to do the same thing, right? Where he said he only wants to fight another 2-3 times and then just go out on top.
Be done.